So why don't you introduce yourself for us?
I'm Rehbock. I'm a student here at Leeds in the finance department, and I run the Crown Collection.
What is the Crown Collection?
The Crown Collection is an art collective. I also have my own apparel line, my own jewelry line. So it's more of a art gallery retail store.
What kind of things do you sell?
I sell paintings, jewelry, gems, glass, and all types of high-end art.
What's the biggest challenge you've come across since starting your business?
It was tough to find a market that was willing to pay the prices of my high-end artwork and products. So I was able to find more people who were interested in my product by hosting parties and vending at different places and kind of teaching people about the art that I'm selling.
How long have you been running the Crown Collection?
It started in November of 2012, so almost 2 years now.
Who would you say your target market is?
My target market is art collectors, gem dealers, and mostly people who just like art and like to spend money on art, and people who invest in art. I noticed that it's usually age 20 to 40 is my age group, mostly male.
What kind of things do you do to reach out to your target market, like website or social media?
Yeah, so I have a Facebook page, an Instagram, and those are two of my main social media outlets. I have 14,000 people on Facebook and 11,000 on Instagram, so I use that to reach out to people. Then I also host parties around the Colorado area where I bring artists together and I bring a lot of my art and kind of introduce people to all of the artwork.
Cool. So if I wanted to buy one of your products, where could I go?
I have a website that you can purchase from. You can also message me on Facebook or email me, and I figure out a payment method that would work for most people, and I do it all over email and over the phone or through my website directly.
So what makes your business different from, say, other competitors that sell high-end art?
I have been trying to monopolize the market by explaining to all these artists my goal, which is to be the distributor for all of them. And I think a lot of the artists have given into the fact that I could support them without them having individual clients, and then I can reach out to them and supply them with an income every month and purchase a set amount of pieces every month. And that's kind of how I've taken over the market, is by having the artists not sell to separate clients and individual people, and kind of just go through me for everything they sell.
So building relationships with your artists is like really key for you?
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you believe makes your company so successful? Is it the relationships that you have with your artists, or?
I believe it's important to have a good relationship with the artist because the art is very high-end. The least expensive things I have are $200. The most expensive are $10,000–$15,000. So it's important to establish a relationship with the artist, and once you have that, I feel like the consumers trust you once the artist trusts you. I believe that success comes from being profitable, but also pertaining to your values and not straying away from that, making sure you're making good decisions for the good of the people at the same time as making profits.
How did you get into the gems and artists type of industry?
I've always had a business sense. I really like numbers, and I just noticed really high returns on a lot of the investments I was making, and with those returns I'd reinvest into more art, and it turned into, from me being a collector, like the people who I sell to actually selling to these collectors.
Cool. So what are your plans for the future? How do you intend to keep growing your business?
I plan to open a gallery in Denver, which will be the next step, And then after that, I want someone to run that gallery for me while I go around all over the country, all over the world, hopefully. And what has been big for me is hosting these parties where a lot of artists get together and they display their art, and people get exposed to all this art. So I'm hoping to have a gallery and a retail store, and then also travel around and expand in different markets throughout the world.
What would be the timeline for that next step?
I'm going to open a gallery next year once I graduate.
One thing that stuck out in particular to me during my interview with Ryan Rehbock, founder of the Crown Collection, was that he's super passionate about the art industry and what he does. And what we learned on Friday, one of the things that we took away as a class from talking to Brenden is that your values and your passions may be your strongest asset. And I think that's what really sets Ryan above the bar in terms of leveraging his competitors, is that he's able to build those strong relationships with his customers and his artists, and that's one of the reasons why he's so successful.